Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and my last video that I did discussing the altitude mask as a scam and hustle got a big reaction from people. Here's one of the questions that people ask up above, and it's basically asking, well, hey, if I just wore these masks the rest of the day and took them off to train, would I get the best of both worlds? And it's like, no matter how you break it down, people don't seem to grasp it. The altitude masks are a scam. They don't work. They don't do anything beneficial for you as an athlete. And where he got that idea was because I had pointed out that we know from certain studies over the years that what gives the best results is for you to train low and live high. Meaning if you were an athlete with a $10 million contract and you wanted to improve your endurance, you would go live in the mountains and you would fly down to sea level to train every day. Maybe helicopter, whatever it takes, but you would change altitudes. Or your other option is, of course, to sleep in a decompression chamber. Now, the masks don't simulate that. People are like, well, I could just wear the mask to sleep. No, if you wore the mask to sleep, they might give you replicate sleep apnea, which is going to potentially cause brain damage and heart damage. That is a terrible medical condition. The reason that you get the benefit from the high altitude is because the air pressure around your entire body is lower. It's not just about what's going in your mouth. You're not restricting oxygen intake. You need to understand that the oxygen percentage is the same up there. It's just that the air is thinner. There's less barometric pressure. So that gives you a little less oxygen, but it's not restricting it. If you were to just breathe deeper, you'll get more in. But the effect is the barometric pressure has the biggest effect on the red blood cell count. So spending 30 days sleeping at high altitude is actually what gives people all the benefits they get from high altitude training. The actual training itself is less effective at the higher altitude, just like it would be with these masks. So people aren't understanding that these masks are a complete scam. You would need to build a decompression chamber for your house to sleep in at night, and there are professional athletes who do that, and their wives and girlfriends usually complain about it incessantly from the way it's described, because like, well, my man has to go sleep in this hyperbolic chamber at night and instead of cuddling and being in bed with me, but that's what he has to do to win, so I tolerate it. So that's what you're talking about there, to get that little tiny 0.5% advantage as an endurance athlete or an athlete who needs more stamina to compete. The masks don't work, and it's like Dr. Mike Israetel, professor of kinesiology, says, and I'm going to bring this up a lot. I'm going to bring this up a lot with these things. Professional athletes do a lot of really stupid bullshit, and they do a lot of really smart stuff also. And it's up to you as a consumer who's trying to get into shape, who wants to replicate some of their methods, to figure out which stuff they do is really fucking stupid and which stuff is really smart, and try to stick with the smart stuff and reject the stupid stuff. It's in your best interest to do so. Professional athletes don't have that option because they have to try everything and just lump it all together with a shotgun approach oftentimes to see if it works. You don't have to do that. You don't have to spend the extra money. You don't have to spend the extra time to do that. Let them do that. You need to just figure out the smart stuff, because oftentimes what they're doing, they're not being successful because of something they're doing. They're oftentimes being successful in spite of it because they get enough other stuff right, and they train ridiculously hard, and they're insanely genetically gifted for what they do. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.